Okay, Rich, this is Patrick Graders 11, and I'm going to give you a quick update on some of the developments, but then I'm going to need your help on some decisions, and I'll get to that towards the end. So they brought those steps all the way down from the steps of the house. They use these incredible 500-pound flat stones, and the detail work is really great. This will all be mortared in. And then you'll notice there's something missing, and that is we pulled all those old hollies out. Number one, they're against the homeowner code, which I recognized when I read that a long time ago, but also because they're just not going to match with the kind of landscape that we really need to put in, and they were also just really damaged from the drought. So we pulled those. We pulled them over there as well, and we're going to go ahead and get all the hollies out over here on the side. I hope you're seeing all this okay. It's real bright and I can't see my it's not focusing. Oh well, here we go. They have brought in this retaining wall here, this little short retaining wall to kind of keep the water to go right off this corner. So the water we've seen it happen with the big rain we had. It all kind of ran right out here. So it looks really good, and they built it up to a higher point here to give these steps something special. These steps are going to come right up here, and they're going to tie into the sidewalk, which is buried underneath here. I've seen parts of it. It's chipped up a little bit, but it's looking pretty good. Now on this left side here, left of the sidewalk, there's going to be a small retaining wall, and it's going to connect right in there. It's going to come right off of this. It's going to come right across. Actually, let me see. There's not going to be a need for a retaining wall on the left side until we get up over here. Actually, forgive me, Rich, I got that wrong. So right here, you'll see the edge of your curb. They're going to put a nice boulder in here, and then the steps will come down. It'll be nice. All these hollies are coming out, so you'll see it when it gets done. It's crazy. Now from the corner of that top step, we're going to bring a border right through here, and that'll be the flower bed. So all this really needs to be landscaped. I'm going to be getting you some bids on that. It's going to look really nice when we get done. There's a big drop from the corner of the property over there up by the driveway. There's a significant drop as you go along here because of the retaining wall. There's also a very big drop through here. So if a kid's out here playing or something, it's gonna, they might run right off the end of the yard. So this is what we need to fence, I believe. And I don't think the fence needs to be something that blocks the view. And I've got an idea, I'll show you. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, do we want to truly block it all in? So from the corner of the house down here to Amy's Rock, at Amy's Rock or thereabouts, we could set us a big anchor post, and we could build a gate across the opening of the entry to the path. We could use the leftover metal from the pool, which is stacked over there by the kitchen. There's not much of it, but there's enough there. I mean, there's not much of it in comparison to the extent of this yard compared to the size of the pool originally. That would fall within homeowners association guidelines if we wanted to go from the corner down to here. Shani thinks that that's not a good match, and I tend to believe her. So if we went with a minimum, it would be from right here, the corner of this path, around there with the cedar fence that I'm going to show you a picture of, around to there, and then back around to the corner of the driveway. It's just a safety only, but nothing to really block out critters and, you know, access and whatnot. That's my recommendation. From listening to Shani, she really made a lot of sense. So I've got Chapo, of course, which is Joe's brother, coming out here next week to give me a quote from here back around. I'm sure he'll have a lot of other things to talk about, and I may come back to you with some new recommendations. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. You know, write me or Skype me with your thoughts. Thanks, Rich. P.S. Rich, I just want to let you know that the electrician came out, and we're going to put the electrical outlets right here in the middle post, right there. He's also going to drop another box in there, a small little receptacle box that'll be closed off, that'll have a non-ground fault circuit to it in case somebody ever wants to run a refrigerator out here, although we're not going to install one. And your lights will be in the four corners. So they're about to put the cover up here this week. So internally inside in the four corners, there'll be two main boxes at the top. So one on this half and one on this half, and then one on this half for the ceiling fans. There'll be spotlights that shine here and then on the outside, and then there'll also be a spotlight shooting up this walk and a spotlight shooting up this walk, and a switch mounted up at the house that we're going to be able to use. It'll actually be mounted right there. And the funny part about it is the electrical wires we're using are the ones from the pool circuit, so up to and including the wire they ran back into the house for the control panel. So it's going to work out real good. Later.